Hello everyone. So today I want to talk about how to study a topic for a competitive exam. So for example for GATE. Now if you are studying a topic for a general context, that is if you are studying for your semester preparation or if you are just learning the subject, then the preparation would be slightly different. And as we know, from here onwards about only 5 months of time is left for GATE. So we have to figure a better way to study a topic. We cannot go topic by topic and point by point for each subject. So we have to find a better way so that the output of our learning of whatever time we are putting in our study is maximized. So let's try to understand, and let me tell you what is a better way, and maybe you'll find it useful and you can apply it in your studies. So before we can figure out how to study a subject, we also have to figure out which subject to pick up. What should be the priority order for picking up a subject for preparation? And for that, we have to see the weightage. We have to see the weightage of each subject in the exam. So for GATE, if we are talking, so this list is prepared based on 2017 to 2020, and based on that, if you see generally also this is the order of weightage you will find in the GATE exam. So to figure this out, if you want to do this on your own, you have to see the previous year papers, and based on that see which subject is asked for how many marks. So this is to give you a general idea here. You can pick up from here as well. So aptitude is asked for 15%, then there is maths for 13%, geotechnical engineering for 13%, transportation engineering for 10%, environmental engineering for 10%, fluid mechanics for 8%, surveying 5%. Then the next subjects also like SOM 5%, structural analysis 5%, and so on. So from here you can see the priority. What should be the priority when you're studying these subjects? So aptitude and maths are at the top here. So if you see the GATE exam, then this is the part that is just fixed in the exam, that these questions are going to be asked in the exam. So you have to find a better way to prepare for these two subjects. Often it happens that we just neglect aptitude and maths till the end. Like a lot of students just study these two topics in January, whereas it will be about 25 marks in the GATE paper. So you have to figure out a better way. Like if you're trying to cover maths, then a better strategy is to study maths daily for a few hours. That is, you can pick up maths for 1 hour daily, and if you are doing from here onwards, then way before the exam you will be ready completely with your maths preparation, rather than what would happen if you just start it in December or January. So that is for the maths and aptitude part. Then if we talk about the technical part, so these are the 4 or 5 major topics in GATE: geotechnical, transport, environment, fluid, surveying. Then there are other topics also. I mean, this list does not mean that you are going to leave all these topics. Each of these topics is important, but that's how we have to figure out that how to study a subject. So let's say if you are trying to study geotechnical engineering or soil mechanics, if you are trying to study, then what should be your approach? Then first of all, you have to see the previous year paper. So if you have any book for the previous year papers, from that you can figure out that how many questions are asked from which topic. Like soil has different topics: soil water relationship, then there is soil classification, then there is soil compaction, and so on. You can see the list from any standard book or from GATE questions, that these are the topics. Now from each topic you will see that a certain number of questions have been asked in the past. And if you see topics like foundation, soil foundation, and earth pressure, shear strength, so you will see that disproportionately high number of questions are asked from these topics. Now your aim should be to cover these topics as good as possible. I mean, for soil mechanics, actually most of the topics are very important, like initial few units, like soil water relationship. You have to study this topic because it's like the very basic of soil that you have to cover, otherwise you cannot solve other questions. So soil is one of those subjects that it will be better that you complete it from top to bottom, from 0 to 100. You have to finish this subject. Similarly, transportation engineering, so transportation also, it's a smaller subject relatively. You can see the previous year questions and figure out the weightage of different topics in it, but overall you have to study this topic from start to finish. But when it comes to other topics, let's say if we talk about environment and I don't have time to study total environment, I mean the whole subject, I don't have the time to study, then what are the topics that I should be studying first? So in my head I know that I have to study about the pH, I have to study about the hardness, alkalinity, then similarly rapid sand filter, then there is plain sedimentation. So if you see, GATE previous year questions, then you will find that most of the questions are asked, if we talk about an environmental engineering, from these topics. Similarly, in wastewater there is activated sludge process. Then recently there is a trend in asking about the municipal solid waste, MSW. So you have to make sure you cover these topics if you cannot complete the whole subject. And a lot of topics in environmental engineering can be studied on their own. Like if you are trying to study activated sludge process, then you can just know that it is a secondary process of treatment and you can study it on its own. You don't need to have a lot of background information. Similarly, rapid sand filter questions that are related to filtration can be studied like that. Hardness, alkalinity, these are individual topics. Similarly, pH, then there is BOD, one of the main ones. So you have to make sure that if you don't have enough time, or if I talk about the priority, then these topics are studied first in this particular subject. Similarly, if you're coming to fluid mechanics, so how should you study fluid mechanics? So in case of fluid mechanics, if you start studying from fluid properties, then there is fluid statics, then there is fluid kinematics. So if you go like that, there is a whole list of topics that will take about a month to finish. Now I'm not saying that you should not study these topics, but you have to prioritize the topics. Now if you are studying fluid mechanics, then you have to make sure you complete open channel flow on the priority basis, because this is a topic that you just cannot afford to skip. Similarly, pipe flow is there. So if you just see a few previous year papers, you can figure out what are the topics in each subject, and that will tell you how you should study that subject, what is the priority list for that subject. Now once you have covered these topics of a particular subject, then you can study other topics which are asked but at less frequency. Same thing you can follow. So for each subject you have to figure out topics that you just cannot skip. Like if you are studying SOM, then you have to study Mohr circle, transformation of stress and strain, shear force bending moment. If you are studying hydrology, then you have to study hydrograph and also infiltration. So these are the topics you have to study on priority, and once you have done that, you can give some time to the remaining topics as well. Like whatever I am telling, it is not to say that you should completely skip the other topics, but with the help of this priority list, you can figure out which topics you need to pay attention to more and which topics you can finish quickly. So here I wanted to tell you an analogy about the preparation. So your whole preparation, you can treat it as constructing a building. So when we are constructing a building, we do not construct it floor by floor. What I'm trying to say is that if we have a multi-story building, then we do not construct its first floor and then we go for the finishing. That is, we have to make these windows, we have to make doors, we have to do the flooring, we have to do the lighting. So these things we do not do initially. For what we do first of all, we build the foundation and above that we go for this beam column frame. So we finish this frame of the building first and then we start with the finishing work. So the same approach you have to take in your preparation, that is, you have to make sure that your foundations and the framework of your preparation is complete first, and only after that you can go for the filler topics. That is, even if you see GATE previous year questions, you will find some questions in each subject that are asked from a very rare topic, or that are asked from a very rare or some hidden concept, but those are very few in number. If you see majority of the questions that are always asked from the repeated concepts, they are asked from the topics that have been asked in the past. So you have to make sure that you do those questions correct and you know those concepts first before you can go for these filler topics and filler questions. So that is the main takeaway from whatever I am trying to say here, that this priority list just helps you to prioritize which subject to study first, and then from each subject you have to see the GATE PYQ and figure out its most important topics and make sure you study those topics first, but also study the remaining topics. I'm not saying that you have to entirely skip any of the topics, because there will be a few questions that are asked from some hidden concepts or from some small topic, but you can only reach to those topics or those concepts once your framework is complete. So you have to make sure your building framework is ready first before you can go for the finishing work of it. So keep that in mind, and all the best for your preparation.